everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup could be a drag-em-out brawl as both teams ranked in the top 10 in fewest yards allowed. The Cardinals are #1 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Rams, who will need to be sharp on offense.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Let's go. 180. Deep.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Lock on. Lock on. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
From the gun on third down, it's Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Lucky. Terry. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
On first down, it's Palmer. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. He got 29 yards that time.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. Has had it ever since he entered campus there and still has it today.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They'll run it with Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
76.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that'll make it third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On third and long, it's Kessler. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, nice move. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, how he managed to get positive yardage out of that run, I have no idea. But a little juking, a little moving, got it done.
Got him 2 yards. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Let's go. Right, righty. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Righty, righty, righty. Kill, 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 kill.
Out of the gun, Palmer. Man open left side is Brown. Palmer to Brown, and the Cardinals move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Let go. Black 80. 44, Mike, 44.
Now Palmer on first down. That is caught inside the 5. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's 1st and goal.
Tight end right. Let go. Hey. Round 80. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. 26 is hot. Let go. Next 2. 36. Let go. Right.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
You got him. You got him.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw is Kessler. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. So we've got a 2nd and 5.
Tight. Watch left. Tight. Watch left. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Working from the gun, Kessler. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Looking to pass, Kessler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Kessler now on 3rd down. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams have got this back to a one-score game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Shifts by him. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let go. Black 10. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check, check.
They go play action here on first down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. On second down, here's Palmer. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Alec Ogletree in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. From the gun, it's Palmer. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Green 39! Green 39!
On first down, it's Gurley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Green 39! Over! Detroit! Detroit! Over! Detroit! Here we go! Detroit! 19!
Kessler looks to throw on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. Woods the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Here's Kessler to throw. Flush to his, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they had great field position, but a three-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a three-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Double tight, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Back 10. Bofo's the mic. Mike's Bofo.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Hitting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, Palmer. And he whips that one incomplete there. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Palmer now to throw on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Watch right. We got right. Jumps up. Go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Jumps up. Shift.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. You got 3 down. 3 down. 44, Mike, 44.
Well, now they'll try the end around. Oh, able to avoid him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Palmer gives to Johnson on the draw. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
they go to Johnson again. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Who that? Let's go. Right 90. Mike's
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now they'll throw it with Palmer. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Alec Ogletree able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. And the pressure gets to him again.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
And Dawson's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marcus Golden. In from his linebacker's spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green
39. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from the desert after this. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Kessler. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. And shedding through the tackle. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Watch right, watch right, watch right. Let go. Switch.
Throwing now, Palmer on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 44. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. All day. Check, 50.
They'll throw on 1st down here with Palmer. And he rifles one incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Let go. 52, 52.
Throwing again. Palmer. And now this one's intercepted. A 3rd interception for Palmer. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Kessler wants to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here we go. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Kessler. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tight end
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, as the first half is winding down, and the Rams have taken the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 down.
So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
Watch left. Start right there. Set! Green 39!
The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Set! 319! 319!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
All right, here we go. Green 39!
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Play action. Now Kessler. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not that time for Watkins. And now it's 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Here we go now. 319! 319!
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Kessler. And he comes back with one complete. The 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Single. Got a single in the slot. Single in the slot. Let go. Left 80. Check 3.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. Screen play. Johnson. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Single. Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Middle.
On first down, it's Palmer. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aaron Donald in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Terry.
Out of the gun, Palmer. The swing pass caught. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 2-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. First and goal here from the 2. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Hey, check. 3 down. Slam.
Palmer gives to Johnson. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Now Palmer. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Aaron Donald in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. From the gun, Palmer. And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. John Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. He finds some open field here. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. Touchdown, L.A. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. A nice little juke. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Operating from the gun, Palmer. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now it's Palmer. Gonna look deep for Wilson. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
This is fielded at the 27. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st down, Kessler looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Now let's go. Now here we go. Check. Patriot.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Checking things elsewhere. Third quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Seahawks who have scored again to open up that lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Kessler now to throw. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Final minute now of the third quarter.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, all right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Kessler throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. It's Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, they run with Gurley. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Strong right. All right, now, look at 56. You got 4.
Here's Gurley. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now Kessler, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. Set. Boom. 4 down.
Now a give running left for Gurley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw is Palmer. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now Palmer on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Cherry. Check
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. And he finds Fitzgerald. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3rd and 2. Now Palmer breaks a tackle. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth now in Minneapolis. The gap there has widened. The Seahawks just scored again. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. Now Palmer. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Fresh set of downs here. Again, it's Palmer. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Green 39. Green 39.
Another carry now for Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Hot Blue 90.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Watch right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. It's complete to Jerron Brown. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
That's where you belong. Let go. 44 is the mic.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Palmer. Steps away to his left. He can run. Palmer's hit. Fumble. He loses the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 4th now in Minneapolis. The gap there has widened. The Seahawks just scored again. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Los Angeles, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.